What's up, guys? I'm Mezmerize Metal Home, 150 classic albums by the end of the year. I'm also doing Patreon requests, and thankfully, System of a Down was requested on Patreon. I listened to Toxicity, honestly, nearly a year ago now, and absolutely adored it. I came into System of a Down thinking that I wasn't going to love it because of the snippets I've heard of System of a Down. It was so theatrical that I thought it would come across as a bit campy to me, and I was afraid that I wouldn't like Toxicity despite the fact that it's considered one of the best metal albums of all time. But I went into it, and I liked it quite a bit. So I'm very curious to delve into the rest of System of a Down's catalogue because Toxicity is the one that is mentioned the most. I've heard of these other albums, but I've never heard any tracks off of them or anyone talk about the tracks off of those. Like, I've heard people talk about Aerials, Toxicity, Chop Suey. There's another one that I'm forgetting. I've heard a lot of people talk about the tracks off of Toxicity, but I've never heard someone talk about the tracks off of the other System of a Down albums. So I'm going in even more blind, where I heard, as I said, I heard Chop Suey before, but the other tracks I've heard something about. This one, this album, and the other two, like the self-titled Hypnotize and Steel's album, I haven't even heard mentions of the other songs. So I'm going into it even more blind somehow. But yeah, I'm assuming I'm going to quite enjoy it. All of their albums are rated pretty highly, so let's see how it goes. Mm. Mm. Mm.
To the soldier side, where there's no one here but me.
Mm.
People all grow up to die. There is no one here but me.
I'm assuming it's going to talk more about like war and stuff, like prison, like similarly to like Prison Song, but like talking about war instead. Especially because this was during the midst of like the Iraq War and stuff like that. But also, I find it quite interesting that like sonically, maybe it will change, and I'll pause it before it transitions. But maybe it'll change. But they sound so, I don't know, like themselves. Like if we go to Deftones, they switch up their sound quite often. And System of a Down, they have like 5 albums. This one I think is like their second last. I don't know if this one came out right after Toxicity. I'll check that. It seems like this one came out with Hypnotize, so practically the last album, and Toxicity is the second one. So it's interesting that like vocally, everything like that, they still sound pristine, but they also sound so similar to Toxicity as well. Yeah, I'm used to bands, so like every single album, they sound completely different. And I guess when it comes to like System of a Down, where they nailed their sound so quickly, and so like they sound so unique that you kind of just don't have to switch up your sound. I guess with it's, I don't know if it's thrash metal, but like this one's faster for sure. Alright. Is barbarisms, sorry to pause already, but barbarism by Barbaras, is that because of Barbara Bush? And it's barbarisms because of like Iraq and the Afghanistan war? Am I missing? This feels like even more medley.
Dancing in the desert, blowing up the sunshine. Kneeling roses disappearing into Moses' dry mouth, breaking into for not stealing our intentions. Anchor sitting gripped in oil, crying freedom, and into obsolescence. Still you feed us lies from the tablecloth. La 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 la. Everybody's going to
I feel like the theatrical part that I was so worried about going into like Toxicity, I thought it would get like campy or whatever, but I like listening to this, especially when the subject matter that they're talking about, it just comes off as cheeky. Like they're just kind of like not in an immature way, but like kind of poking their tongue at them, like being like, hey, I kind of see what you're doing, like you're not fooling us, sort of shit. And it really recontextualizes it to the point where like I know, I just kind of fuck with the atmosphere, like the, I don't know, character and personality and all of that within the tracks, where that was something that I was worried about that I wouldn't enjoy. But yeah, also I very much appreciate having any music that is even relatively modern, despite the fact that this is 21 years ago, that's relatively modern, that actually like points out at specific things within like the political world or social world that is like affecting us, like either it be war, all of that sort of shit, because it just doesn't happen in recent music whatsoever. So I very much appreciate that whenever it's happened.
Good time. Dancing in the desert, blowing up the sunshine. Everybody's gone to the party, have a real good time.
Who's that vocalist in the song? I swear I didn't hear him as much in the Toxicity.
Dancing in the desert, blowing up the sunshine. Blast off! It's party time! And we don't live in a fascist nation! Blast off! It's party time! And where the fuck are you? Where the fuck are you? Where the fuck are you? Why don't brothers fight the war? Why do they always send the poor? Why don't brothers fight the war? Why do they always send the poor? Why do they always send the poor? Why do they always send the poor? Why do they always send the poor?
I love the screaming. It's so much more screamy and like harder. Okay.
Everybody's going to the party, have a real good time. Dancing in the desert, blowing up the sunshine. Well, everybody's gone to the party, have a real good time. Dancing in the desert, blowing up the sun.
Oh, I love it. I love how bombastic.
Why don't presidents fight the war? Why do they always send the poor? Why don't presidents fight the war? Why do they always send the poor? 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 They always send the poor. They always send the poor.
I absolutely love it, and it's because it's been a year since I've listened to Toxicity for the first time, I kind of forgot how sick System of a Down is in regards to the fact that their first track is such a statement. Like, I actually don't know what BYOB stands for whatever reason, but BYOB here, Bombs Over like I'm thinking of Bombs Over Baghdad, and I haven't even heard Stankonia. Anyway, that track is very plainly and blatantly expressing like where System of a Down stands. It's not trying to pander, it's not trying to do anything like that. Same with Prison Song. It's like, I'm going to open up this fucking album. If you think you like, basically, if you want to be a fan of System of a Down, you have to, as soon as you click play on the fucking album, you have to listen to my political opinions and like the messages, and they don't mix words or anything like that. They're not trying to play towards an audience, and they're not trying to pander and just like become super fucking popular. Like the first track is, no, this is where we stand as a band, and you can then love Chop Suey later or whatever, but you're going to hear what we stand for. And I really respect that, because it just showcases an authenticity. You're not trying to bury the lead with like an important track in the second half or anything like that. It's right in your face instantaneously. So even if you'll, let's say, disagree with whatever the fuck System of a Down stands for or whatever, you can't play ignorant. you know, like you are confronted instantaneously what they're about. I also, yeah, as I said, I really appreciate them talking about fucking anything. It's one of the things that I, as I said, dislike about like more modern music is I listen to like 300 albums from 2025 and no one spoke about anything. And it's like there's vast, largest amounts of things to talk about. Also, like that track talks about like the fascist nature of how we got into the Iraq War and all of like how the income inequality and how the fucking presidents never send themselves, but they always are like they dodge draft like Trump or anything like that, and they send the poor, all that sort of shit. It's so explicit in the way it calls out stuff, but we're in a similar situation, right? Like the way that Bush won is it 2000 or 2004 with Al Gore is like the Supreme Court dictating that, like that's even less of an issue relating to election integrity than January 6th and shit like that, or potentially why the fucking Elon Musk did, like all that sort of shit, like is a more like polished civil way of doing the same sort of stuff that Trump's doing, but Trump's doing it more abashedly. And then when we go to like wars, he's getting into wars, he's kidnapping fucking like Venezuelan presidents, all that sort of shit. I would expect a band like System of a Down or something of a band similar today to actually talk about stuff like that, but we just don't have bands like that anymore. They just don't talk about that shit for whatever reason, and it's something that kind of annoys me because it's like whenever I'm listening to I anything of the Vietnam War era, like I can go back there and kind of transport myself and learn about history through the music that I'm listening to of like Marvin Gaye or some shit. When I'm listening to System of a Down, I was born in 2001, so I basically vaguely remember this shit, but like as being a young kid, but I can go back to here, like future generations will be able to go back to this track and go, oh, okay, this is what that life was like at that point in time. In 2025, like ICE is like in a global fucking thing. Even if we go to like Black Lives Matter, George Floyd sort of protests, that shit is I guess we have a few of the tracks from 2020 that some artists made, but like overall we don't have many, and they're not in albums or in like massive fucking pieces of art that people are listening to all the time. It's like I don't expect this person to do it, but like let's say like Olivia Rodrigo, she doesn't have like a track on Sour, which came out in 2021 about George Floyd or anything like that. Granted, she's not usually going to be the type of like that's not usually the type of artist that would go into that, but we don't have any popular like artists that are doing that, like let's say The Weeknd or some shit, or even Bruno Mars or anything like that. Or if we go to like the biggest rock bands, you don't really have Arctic Monkeys biggest stuff talking about that. Linkin Park, not so much. All that sort of stuff, like you just don't have that sort of thing in like modern day music, which is kind of just something I very much miss. I'm sorry, I'm talking about more of like the meta aspect of it and all of like the lyricism and shit like that, but sounds fucking killer. I like how it's more thrashy, more metal. I like it's like heavier than I feel like what Toxicity was. Where Toxicity had like a bashedness, but it was due to the like production savviness of like fucking Rick Rubin or whatever to make everything sound so chunky. Like that track though, it felt like the meat and potatoes, like how it's written, like not necessarily like the producing and mixing side of it, how it's written, everything like that, and like the song itself, that is more like high octane, and I fuck with that. If you haven't watched one of my videos before, by the way, I do ratings on the side. These are my first listen ratings. I listen to these projects multiple times over before I post them to my Discord, but you can chat to me about my ratings. I'm always active in there. Post Album of the Year, which is the music rating website that I use. I'm always active. I always post over there. It says 600 written reviews. I've done about 1,400 albums, not 600, over the past year and a half. My average ratings are 6 out of 10. Before this channel existed, I basically listened to 10 albums front to back my entire life, which was like Linkin Park, Bring Me the Horizon, all that sort of stuff, like 2010s metal shit. And I started this to like delve into more classic artists. Speaking of, I like a classic artist I never heard like front to back was like Nevermind by Nirvana, and to this day I still haven't listened to Metallica, which I'm assuming a lot of BYOB sound is coming from because it's a lot of thrash metal, which my understanding is that's kind of like the thing that Metallica popularized a lot. So I wouldn't be surprised if like Master of Puppets or Ride the Lightning was kind of similar to that as well. And if you want me to listen to that, my average ratings are 6 out of 10 solely because of my Patreon, because over there is $5 a month starting out all the way up to $13, and you get to request an album at any tier. It just depends on how long the length is. So $5 is like 30 minutes and $13 is like 90 minutes. If you want to request like Metallica or another System of a Down album, I would absolutely love that. I have no more System of a Down requested at this point in time, so if you want me to delve into that, I would absolutely love to listen to more System of a Down. But yeah, with my average rating being a 6 out of 10, spiritually I think it's a 5 out of 10, Big Something is a 5.1, I think it's above average. With all of that yap out of the way, I think this is a 10. Like, I think it's a perfect start to the album, the same way that Prison Song was kind of a perfect start to Toxicity. It's chunky as fuck. It actually does sound quite a bit different, but it still has System of a Down. Like, I feel like you can't take away like the sound of System of a Down, because Surge is such an enigmatic sort of frontman, and the way that he like sings and everything is just crazy. And then if you have like Rick Rubin in the production, it's always going to sound like absolutely fucking stunning, I guess. But yeah. Sick. Oh, we're starting. More somber after the. It's so much like more crashy. It feels like angrier. It's just so fast, I actually can't even headbang to it. Like, it's so quick. I love his voice so much.
She said, go away. I saw her laugh. Then she said, go away, away.
I love how sweltering, like it. I don't know. It's kind of like cinematic in how it. Well, I'm sorry to pause it, but like that sound. The reason I said it's like cinematic is it kind of reminds me of like a climax of like something that's like meant to be like distorted and like fucked. So think about I know like this is a crazy way, the us to us scene of like in Requiem for a Dream, like that sort of thing, like that sort of disorientating sort of like soundtrack in the midst of that scene. That sort of, that was like, that's for whatever reason I got that sort of cinematic element to the like the disorientating guitar, like it's not just a guitar but like guitar solo, like instrumental break and everything. It's just, yeah, I fucking loved it.
Revenge will be yours for the taking. It's in the making, baby. Oh, my sweet revenge will be yours. It's in the making. It's in the taking. Making, taking, taking.
Dude, it's just perfect. Like, what can you even nitpick? It's just perfect. Like if every single album is on the same realm as Mezmerize, because they've already got Toxicity. If like if every single album is on the same level as like Mezmerize, then they're just one of the best metal bands of all time, without a doubt. Like Toxicity is to a lot seems to be like the best new metal album of all time, right? This one it delves more into thrash metal, and it's like it's fucking perfect. And if they're able to have 5 albums in a row, it's like how many metal bands are able to do that, especially with like the same frontman and all that sort of stuff. Like you could go, Black Sabbath has such a long career. Like yeah, you could say Heaven Hell is like really amazing. The same with Paranoid, but those are two different frontmen. And there's not many bands that are able to do that. I feel like I can kind of make sense. I spoke about it in the Deftones reviews. Now that like I'm 24 and the generation that's like just a bit underneath me, like the 18, 19-year-olds, they kind of view like Deftones, System of a Down in the same way that when I grew up, people spoke about Metallica and Black Sabbath. Well, like they're just the legends of the scene. They're undeniable, the tippity top of the crop. And looking back at it now, like despite the fact that new metal got a bit of like a shade to it, as like being lesser metal or whatever, when I look at like System of a Down's catalog, just through the lens of I've listened to Toxicity and now I'm a bit through this, and I can see all of the other ones are apparently on the same quality. And if I even just go to like Deftones, which I've heard a lot more now, like I've heard most of their albums, yeah, they're clearly on the same level as the other legends, like Black Sabbath. I haven't heard all Metallica albums, or any actually, if I'm going to be honest, but I've heard like 7 Black Sabbath albums or something like that, and I would say easily like System of a Down, Deftones, and stuff like that deserve to be in the same conversation as them, even if they went as forefathery. Like I know that Metallica is a lot more influential, and I know that Black Sabbath is a lot more influential than these bands, but like if we're just talking about the quality of the music and the like album output, it feels like System of a Down, Deftones, it makes sense why the younger generations put them at the tippity top crop of like the most legendary bands, because holy fuck, their shit's just perfect. Like
My cock is much bigger than yours. My cock can walk right through the door with the feeling so pure. It's got you
I like how satirical and like brazen they are. Oh, I love this satire from my TV. I might love this album. Like, if it keeps up this way, I might like it more than Toxicity. And this is a fucking incredible album. I love how cheeky it is. It feels a lot more daring or something. I love, these are really good fucking lyrics. Like, I'm just gonna pause it here, but like the way that they're talking about like, this is a butchered term now, I guess, but like toxic masculinity stuff, like basically like a bunch of guys doing like macho bracho shit, and like, oh, my cock is bigger, I love my cock, I my shit stinks, all that sort of shit, and I love how much it shakes, and then kind of instantly tying as soon as you have like a bit of a verse passage talking about like, oh, we're the regulars that deregulate, like we can't, like, I guess like traditional masculinity is kind of seen as the macho sort of shit that is basically being the stabilizing force in society. But then if you look at it, it's like that we actually not, men aren't bad, for the record. Like, girl, if women were in power, they would still be doing probably the same shit. But like the people in power that which are like this macho sort of bullshit guys, they deregulate, and they're the ones that propagate all of the genocide, all that sort of shit. Like, because they're in like that sort of toxic sort of element is the thing that leads to that sort of thing. And it's cool that like the first verse is so biting. Like everything about their lyricism is just so direct and so biting, and I fucking love it. It shows like actual punk energy. fucking perfect. Like, it is just perfect. Every fucking track is perfect. And like, I spoke about my average rating and shit. Like, this is my curve. The only reason that it's at like the 6-7 part, haha, is because of Patreon requests. Because so many people request, and I don't like all of these bad albums were basically when I was evenly rating shit because I was just picking out random stuff to listen to instead of being requested and Mezmerize, which is just an absolute amazing album. Like, obviously, it's going to skew towards up. Like I show this because it's like out of what, like 1,000+ albums, I only have like 48 10s, and this is all the way through now, just 10s the entire way through, which means that it could easily get into that category to me. Like, it's great. It's fucked. It is such an amazing album. It kind of reminds me of like Red Hot Chili Peppers a tiny bit. I've only heard Californication, by the way, so if you want to request Red Hot Chili Peppers, I'm happy to listen to it.
Hey man, look at me rocking out. I'm on the radio. Hey man, look at me rocking out. I'm on the video. Hey man, look at me rocking out. I'm on the radio. Hey man, look at me rocking out. I'm on the video. With Daddy and Lisa. They take me away from the strangest place
I feel like that other vocalist in the band is so much more prominent in this album, which is cool. I like his voice a lot.
Hey man, look at me rocking out. I'm on the radio. Hey man, look at me rocking out. I'm on the video. With Daddy and Lisa. They take me away
It's so dynamic. I love it. They have such a gorgeous voice. Oh, I love how that's... I like how the guitar seemed to scream right through. Yeah. It's so pretty.
Sweet Daddy and Lisa.
Oh, it's just so textured. I'm assuming that's a Rick Rubin thing, because every single thing I've ever heard from Rick Rubin is I don't fucking understand how. Dude's just kind of a genius, I guess. He's just able to make every single fucking note and every guitar and instrument just sound more pristine than any other fucking person I've ever seen touch something. Like, Toxicity sounds fucking immaculate on a production level. Like, everything just sounds so polished and large and beautiful. Like, the producing is incredible. And my understanding is like that is Serge and Rick Rubin. So I'm curious to see if Serge by himself, to see if actually a lot of that quality still comes through and it still sounds as polished and pristine. But I've heard other Rick Rubin stuff. Like, obviously he was in Beast Boys. That shit sounds nice. He did Yeezus, I think he did produce some of the stuff of there. Like, very large, beautiful sounding shit. I want to delve more into anything that Rick Rubin's touched as well. And I would love to see stuff that Serge has produced by himself without any involvement with Rick Rubin. See how, like, where, like, this feels like a melding of two styles here. Like, obviously System Down has such a unique sound. Probably that's Serge. And then Rick Rubin is just the one that polishes it up. But I'm curious to see, like, those two things together so I can greater understand how they come together here, even though I'm listening to this now, if that makes sense. Did Rick Rubin work on Red Hot Chili Peppers too? There's a bit of that. Yeah.
Hey man, look at me rocking out. I'm on the radio. Hey man, look at me rocking out.
I would say I still think this is fucking amazing, but it doesn't like, it didn't catch me just as much as the other tracks. So I think it's a 9, like it's amazing, but the first 3 tracks really got me a bit more.
Hey man, look at me rocking out. I'm on the radio with Danny and Lisa.
I love how instantly and quick it's into the track. There's no like downtime really. But it doesn't feel Maximus for a gimmick or anything. This is a sick. Who's the guitar player? The guitarist is insane. The drum is actually also insane too. Like I'm now like just focusing on that. It's just fucking crazy.
There's something wrong with me. I heard something doesn't need the face where we're crying for our next fix. There's nothing wrong with me. There's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with me. I heard something doesn't need the face where we're crying for our next fix. Killers never hurt feelings. Killers never hurt feelings. Killers never hurt feelings. Single parts of feelings. I can't see yours. Those are 3 eyes. The crying walls of sliding architecture.
Oh, the way his voice shoots up is sick.
There's nothing wrong with me, there's something wrong with you, and I, we're crying for our next fix. There's nothing wrong with me, there's something wrong with you, and I, we're crying for our next fix. Colors never hurt feelings, colors never hurt feelings, colors never hurt feelings.
I'll give this like a 9.5.
There's nothing wrong with me, there's something wrong with you, there's something wrong with
I love the energy of this track so fucking much. It's just lyrically a bit less neat than Cigarette and Revenge and stuff, but it's so sick. Sounds fucking amazing. Oh, this sounded crazy. The tone and texture is insane. This sounds like it could be the best track.
Everybody living now. Everybody fucks. Everybody living now. Everybody sucks. Everybody living now. Everybody cries. Everybody living now. Everybody dies. It's a non-stop disco, bet you didn't know. 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 Everybody living now. Everybody fucks. Everybody living now. Everybody sucks. Everybody living now. Everybody dies. Everybody living now. Everybody cries. It's a non-stop disco, bet you didn't know. 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 It's a violent pornography. Choking chicks and sodomy. The kind of shit you get on your TV. It's a violent pornography. Choking chicks and sodomy. The kind of shit you get on your TV. Everybody living now. Everybody sucks. Everybody living now. Everybody fucks. Everybody living now. Everybody dies. Everybody living now. Everybody cries. It's a non-stop disco, bet you
It's just so fucking hard. Oh.
Non-stop disco, bet you didn't know. Non-stop disco, bet you didn't know.
Ooh, this is so cool. This part sounds so sick. It's so cavernous.
It's a
I like his voice. This is the best his voice has ever sounded.
choking chicks and sodomy, the kind of shit you get on your TV. It's a violent
Fuck me. This is the best track.
choking chicks and sodomy, the kind of shit that's on your TV. It's a violent
Oh, fuck.
choking chicks.
This is the best guitar work, I feel. Like, just sounds so good.
Shit that's on your TV. It's on the TV. Turn off your TV.
Oh my god. This is perfect.
Can you say brainwashing? It's a non-stop disco.
I find there's like two ways you can potentially take the track, because like if we go back to like 2005 or whatever the fuck, it's like that feels like it's coming off of like Satanic, like the second version of Satanic Panic, where you had like a bunch of like Marilyn Manson and stuff like Course in Columbine, like that sort of perspective, and like being like, oh, everybody's doing, like him spamming out like everyone's doing this, could be like showcasing like the hypocrisy of like, oh, all of you guys talking about like all this stuff in media and stuff like that being bad, but it's like you're watching violent pornography and in the privacy of your own home, you're doing all the same shit. Or it could be the fact of like, hey, we're getting desensitized to a bunch of like all this imagery and stuff like that because we have such like explicit shit all the time, like we have on TV. And I don't know, for whatever reason it just made me think just then of like the intro theme song of Family Guy. But yeah, basically like all this stuff is like we're getting desensitized. It could go either way. It could be like viewing like violent pornography, all that sort of shit negatively, or it could be viewing it as like, hey, the critics of this sort of shit, you guys are doing all the same stuff. Everyone fucks, everyone's living, everyone's doing all this shit. Like, why the fuck are you caring? Anyway, all of that lyrical stuff kind of second fiddle to the fact that it's like this is the best sounding. Like I'll give this 11. Like I think this is up there with like Chop Suey to me. I don't give 11s out often. It's literally just like the best songs of all time. And I think with System of Down, like Toxicity, I think I gave like a few songs there an 11. I think this one's an 11. Like this might be my favorite System of Down song now. It just sounds so fucking good.
Ready for two ghosts, you're no different than
Ooh, they're so different every single track.
waiting for you, are you? Sweet berries ready for two ghosts, you're no different than you. Ghosts are now waiting for you, are you? Dreaming, dreaming the night, dreaming, alright.
This fucking is so sick. This was like, despite how, sorry, I'm sorry, like I'll actually go back to time in 5 seconds. But like, despite the fact that they're so theatrical, their personalities are so like explicit, their positions are all explicit, all this sort of shit, it feels like all of these different personality things that could make System of a Down less accessible, or like someone like might just like not normally dislike them, right? I just feel like System of a Down, despite all of that stuff where like they're so brazen with themselves, it feels like it's impossible to hate them. Like the music is just so like it's like everything metal is. Like everything about metal that makes metal great is System of a Down has just wrapped up all together with a bunch of boatloads of personality on top of that. It's just so sick.
Different than you. Ghosts are now waiting for you. Are you? Sweet berries ready for two. Ghosts are no different than you. Ghosts are now waiting for you. Are you? Dreaming, dreaming the night, dreaming. Alright. Do we know when we fly? When we go? Do we die?
Bro, that's sick. The way that vocal, holy. Oh my god. Oh.
Do we know when we fly? When we go? Do we die?
Oh my god. This has to be on the same level as Violent Pornography, dude. It's just like, what the fuck? The screams are perfect, the fucking guitar playing, the drums, the solos, the fucking, like, just the energy overall. Like, holy shit, dude. Oh. I didn't expect it to come, like, what the fuck? It's just, it's so good. Like, I'm kind of speechless. It's crazy. All right, when it comes to Toxicity, I knew that, like, oh, it won me over. I thought I would come into it and I wouldn't like it because the theatrics and all that sort of shit won me over. But there was still a side of me. I was like, do I just love Toxicity? Like, that is like the most accessible album of theirs. It's the one that everyone talks about. It has Chop Suey on it. Like, everyone knows that shit. So is it like the way that even if you don't like Deftones, people seem to like White Pony, which I think is because it like shaves down a lot of like the personality of Deftones and makes it into like a very concise, like accessible album, which I still think is really great, but it kind of makes them more palatable. I'm like, I had that like thought of like, is that sort of what Toxicity does? But I feel like this is leaning even harder into them. Like it's more thrashy, which from my understand, like I guess like from my generation, if someone's like not into metal, they'll be into nu metal, like they'll be into like Linkin Park, all this sort of stuff, but they might not love Metallica, like metal and stuff, like these more thrashy metal sort of stuff, or Slayer. That is more metal. That's like the stuff that people don't. It's not as easily accessible. I feel like you kind of have to be into metal a bit to like that sort of stuff. It's not hair metal, right? Like that's the most popular version. I guess it's like the equivalent of like actual punk music versus pop punk. It's like nearly anyone can love a fucking Blink-182 song, but how many people are going to love? I don't know, like the hardest, like Daisy Brand or something like that, like something that's like more abrasive. I thought maybe Toxicity would be sort of like that, where it's like, oh, it's the more accessible one, so people love it a bit more. No, like at least for me, this is fucking incredible. I might even like this more than Toxicity, and I was more in the camp of like, I might not like the theatrics as much. So that one curbed my worries a bit, but I still was like, there was still something there. And then now I'm listening to this, it's like, no, I'm just a fucking fan, like, of System of a Down. Like, their shit's just perfect. Like, I no longer have I don't think I'll have any trepidation going to another album, like, thinking there's a chance I'll dislike it. It's like, no, I'm pretty sure I'm going to like all of their shit now.
Conquest to the lover and your love to the fire. Permanence unfolding in the absolute. Forgiveness is the ultimate sacrifice. Eloquent priorities are rearranged in this little piece of typical tragedy. Justified candy brandy for the nerds. Eloquence belongs to the conqueror. You and me will all go down in history with a sad statue of liberty and a generation that didn't agree. You and me will all go down in history with a sad
I love
statue
how
of liberty
fucking explicit they
and a
are.
generation that didn't agree.
Looks like they're messing up.
I forgot to let you know that justified candy brandy for the nerds. Eloquence belongs to the conqueror. Conquest to the lover and your love to the fire. Permanence unfolding in the absolute. Forgiveness is the ultimate sacrifice. Eloquence belongs to the conqueror. You and me will all go down in history with a sad statue of liberty and a generation that didn't agree. You and me
Oh, I kind of love this track.
all go down in history with a sad statue of
Dude, it's not a track like
liberty
10-11.
and a
This fits in crazy,
generation that
dude.
didn't agree. Generation.
Oh.
What is in us that turns a deaf ear to the cries of human suffering now?
Where is this shit? Like this is something completely different. I feel like maybe it's just that time thing of like I'm looking back at like the music and this is the stuff that is aged the best, therefore gets put up to the cream of the crop that you listen to. But like for example, the probably like the biggest thing, it's like the thing that's dominating every single fucking news station for the past like 3 years is the Israel-Palestine war, like, and all the shit that's happening with all of the Palestinian people getting fucking massacred, right? Where is that in the music? Because after listening to this, a few days ago, I listened to Food and Liquor by Lupe Fiasco, which is like a pop rap album. And it talks about like Al Ghraib, I don't know how to pronounce it, but like Al Ghraib prison and all that sort of stuff. Like when it was first getting broadcasted with the war crimes that were happening in Iraq, there seemed to be an actual fervent fucking disgust. And it's so present in music. Like I feel like if the war crimes weren't getting broadcasted on throughout of the Iraq sort of shit, maybe a track like this wouldn't exist, or like System of a Down stuff would be, I don't know, like maybe it wouldn't be, they would care less, but maybe it wouldn't invigorate them to make an entire album talking about this sort of stuff. Like maybe it would delve more into like evergreen topics that bands usually go to, which is like love and all that sort of shit, right? Maybe it's something like that. But like the level of fervor and vigor that is within this album, and the fact that like a pop rap album like Lupe Fiasco just it's littered throughout there, like it's palpable. Like the anger in the air is palpable. Also, it kind of makes sense if I look at the approval rating. It's like Den Bush had like a 90% and then he dropped to like a 40%. Like that is a seismic shift, and it's so strange to me because if you look at, I guess, like the unpopularity of both fucking candidates currently in America, like Biden had like a 40%, 30 something, 9% or something like that, and then fucking Trump has like a 30%. Like they're astronomically unpopular, but where is the art? Where it, like, we are, like, it's not like we're not having the same war and human suffering sort of shit happening. Like, we can see it, but no one's making anything about it. Like, no one. And I don't even need to agree with me or anything like that. Like, it just kind of works out that this does. But, like, I don't need to agree with me. It's like, at least let me hear something that's, like, good musicians, even if they have a nuanced opinion that's different to mine or something like that. Just not like there's like grift rap shit like Tom McDonald that just like spams out, like he doesn't believe in any of that shit. He just like spams out what he think will offend people. This is not this is not Serge trying to be offensive. Like it's completely different. He believes it. Where are the artists that fucking believe in shit? Like the only bit of touch that I've gotten that for is the Coachella performance by the Strokes, where like they do that sort of they do the fucking massive performance. I looked into like 30% of it. Most of it seems to be fake. Like 30% of it seems to be fake, but there's proper like 70% of it is like real documented dog shit that fucking the CIA has done. Like and there's vigor there, like the idea that he's on the biggest stage and he does that with Coachella and makes a huge performance. It's like, that shows that you fucking care. And they're putting in the music and all that sort of shit. Where is that? Like, where? It's just not around, like, at all. And it's so weird to me. Like, it feels like I grew up around this time, like people hating the Iraq war, Afghanistan war, all that sort of stuff. Like, or maybe it's just I'm older, I feel like there's more fervency of hate towards the current sort of shit that's happening in like Iran and the fucking and in Israel Palestine. Like, there's more fervent hate there about what's happening going on. Maybe it's not as widespread, maybe it's more collective, like, people, but like, it feels like there's more hate there. But it's not getting translated into any music. It's so fucking weird. Like, this is a fucking amazing, like, this is one of the best songs ever. System of a Down is like just one of the best bands ever. Fucking incredible. This is fucking sick. Ooh, this feels like futuristic. Why did System of a Down break up? Or why did they stop making music? This is so different. I don't know if I like it yet. It sounds a tiny bit more compressed than the other tracks too. It's still pretty good though. I love his voice here. It's so odd. I still think it's a great track. It just feels like a bit of a step down, but if that's the worst song on the album, like, it's an incredible album, right? It's still a great track. I do like, it's like Matrixy in a way.
Jack Gilardi's 10 feet tall. Old school Hollywood baseball. Me and Frank.
Ooh, I like how this is building up. I'd say like 8.5. Ooh, this here, like, oh, this. I'm probably gonna give it an 8.5. But, like, if that's the worst song, then System of a Down can't go wrong. Like. Oh, I love the guitar here. So pretty. Like, so mournful and pretty. Oh, I like how it's... Dude, that drums or whatever, like, how it just builds and rattles in the bass. It's just like, it's just so fucking incredible. Dude, this is incredible. It's just, this might be, like, it's like a top 3 metal album of all time for me. Like, it's Hybrid Theory, Around the Firm, Saturday Night Rest, and this, like, it's melding there. How did they make 2 albums in 1 year like this, bro? No shot the other one, it's just as good as this one. It shows that they could do a very somber sort of track as well, so perfectly as well. Like, this doesn't have the metal underpinnings, so it's just so good. Dude, this is another, like, 11. Like, this is easily one of the best metal albums I've ever heard. Like, not even fucking close. Dude, yeah, this is just one of the best albums. Like, it's fucked. I didn't know. Like, as I said, like, I thought Toxicity would be the more accessible one, which is, and with my trepidations, I thought that would be probably my favorite. This is better than Toxicity to me. Pretty strongly, and it's because it leans more into being System of a Down, which I didn't think would be the thing that I would love so much. But I do, like, this one, this album's fucking incredible. Holy, thank you for requesting it. And please, I just need one person to request more System of a Down on Patreon. Like, I need multiple people. And if someone requests an album, there's no like polls or popularity thing. It's like it will be done. So and if it doesn't get requested, I can't keep making these videos because I like of these artists because I have 200 subs on Patreon. Like I have so many requests that I can't justify doing anything that isn't requested. So if you want to see more System of a Down, and the reason that I'm pleading is I fucking love this out. Like this is one of my favorite albums. So like I would absolutely love to do more System of a Down. So if you want to request more System of a Down on Patreon, I would love that. This album is incredible. Like actually, like just so fucking incredible. It's crazy. Um, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for all of the love on the Toxicity one as like reaction as well. I did not expect that. And I'm massively appreciative. And I'm so appreciative to actually delve into System of a Down more. Like it is kind of crazy that I get to listen to these albums for the first time and have it to be like a part-time job. It's like that's it makes no sense to me. Like I didn't grow up very, let's say, privileged or anything like that. So having this bring in any money and I get to just experience, like it's just it's a fucking dream come true job. Like it's just crazy. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I absolutely fucking love you. Thank you. Peace.